What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a quick little market update. What stocks am I currently watching? And I'm going to be going over some stocks that you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, commented down below that I'm going to be doing a technical analysis on. And for those of you guys that are new viewers to my channel, my name is Stas, and I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, and my personal philosophies and strategies when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. So if that's something that you're interested in, guys, if you want to learn more about investing and trading, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and join our Discord chat as well as our Facebook group. Both are linked down below in the description box. So let's just hop right into the topic of this video. So we've noticed that the markets have been red over the past couple of days, and let's look specifically at the S&P 500 index. So obviously, guys, the S&P on the 180-day chart has been on a beautiful uptrend, seeing healthy corrections every couple of weeks, right? And we've noticed that here based on this trend line and based on these different indicators. Let me just draw the trend line for you guys very quickly, right? You know, it's pretty evident that the S&P 500 has been on an uptrending pattern over the past couple of months, right? Very clear here. And what we've noticed that, the S&P 500 hit a high of 2915, 2916.5 to be exact, 5 days ago, right? And from then, guys, the market has been red. The market has been red the past 5 days, and we can see that even closer here on the 20-day chart. But what we notice here, guys, very slowly is we're seeing a slow bounce here on this 50-day SMA on this 180-day chart. Actually, this is the 1-year, 1-day chart. Let's look at the 180-day chart. So we notice that, this green candlestick is starting to form on top of the 50-day SMA indicator. So it's going to be very interesting to see, whether or not the S&P 500 is able to bounce on this 50-day SMA indicator, which it has done a bunch in the past, right? We see it here, we see it here, we see it here, right? So, I'm very curious to see whether or not we're going to be able to bounce on this 50-day SMA indicator and continue this uptrending pattern, which will help out stocks a lot tomorrow and next week, because we've noticed that a bunch of stocks have been getting hammered in the stock market, right? Facebook has been down a ton. Even Apple took a big pullback. Tesla took a big pullback. Micron dropped 10% today. So my portfolio personally, it was not the best day for me today, right? I was red. I was down a decent amount of money, but this is what happens, guys, when you're swing trading, when you're trading in the stock markets. You don't win every single day. You take these losses, right? And it's all about rebounding from your losses, right? So the S&P 500 down $10 today, right? I'm not expecting really, but I'm really anticipating, whether or not, is this going to bounce on the 50-day SMA indicator. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. And, the Dow Jones, it peaked off here at about 26,100 and what's that? 26,000 roughly $155 here. We saw the pullback in the Dow Jones as well, and we've seen some consolidation here over the past couple of days on the EMA line. So it will be interesting to see, whether or not the Dow Jones is consolidating here and it's going to push back up to make a higher high, and or if it's going to pull down, bounce on this 50-day SMA indicator, or even keep going down in price. It's going to be very interesting to see, what's going on with the major indexes, in the market. And let's take a look at the NASDAQ, mini NASDAQ very quickly. We see another pullback here in the NASDAQ as well. So, pretty much, guys, the markets have been red over the past week to 2 weeks as a whole, right? We're looking at the 3 major indexes. The markets are red, right? So, me personally, guys, I only took one trade today, very small position in APTI. And APTI, guys, I really like this particular stock due to it forming a consolidation point here and starting to push back up in price, forming all of these green candlesticks here. And, this one on an uptrending pattern over the 180-day 4-hour chart. And it seems like it's found its bottom here as it's pushing up in price. And I only put a small amount of money in APTI at about $37.50. I believe I took my initial position, and I'll show you guys where that was. Pretty much all consolidation today, right? And, I got in at about $37.60. It was $37.50, $37.60. Doesn't really matter, but that's where it was in terms of the average price. And you know, whenever I take swing trading positions, my main goal is to just scale into them very, very slowly in terms of, you know, putting in a small amount of money up front and then adding more money as it continues the uptrending pattern, continues the confirmation of the uptrending pattern. This way you're able to mitigate your risk. You won't lose as much money in terms of your stop loss if the stock doesn't end up going your way, because you have a small initial, you know, dollar amount, dollar value in that particular stock. So let's say tomorrow, you know, APTI gets rejected by this EMA line and it starts to push back down in price. I might cut my losses. And, you know, I got in a tad bit early due to it not breaking above the EMA line quite yet, but this is a risk that I'm willing to take due to the pattern and due to me liking the pattern that APTI is currently on. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of APTI. You know, AMD, another one that took a little red day today. A little pullback there. So, you know, these big name stocks, AMD, Micron, look at this insane drop in Micron today, guys, 10%. And this is mostly due to, I think, it was either a Goldman Sachs analyst or a JP Morgan analyst said there's weakening demand in the semiconductor industry. So, I mean, that shot down Micron's price today, mostly because shareholders are really scared, right? They're scared of holding Micron due to this weakening demand that was just reported. I think it was a JP Morgan analyst. And, you know, this scared off investors and they sold off, you know, $4.89 of the shares today. So that's an absolute crazy sell-off in terms of Micron. Let's take a look at Facebook and Alibaba really quickly. Huge sell-off in Alibaba today too. 3%, almost 2.65% down. You know, in Alibaba, down to about $158. And Facebook, guys, also down big, down to about $162. So pretty much across the board, guys, my portfolio today was red. My swing trading portfolio was red. You know, I'm holding Facebook, I'm holding Alibaba, and I'm in Micron. But what I did not tell you guys is that I actually sold off some shares of my Micron at about $52.50. I sold off a couple of shares of my Micron portfolio, or not my Micron portfolio, my Micron position, and I'm very glad that I did so. I'm still holding about half of the original shares that I had. I had about a $2,500 position in this, and for those of you guys that have been watching my videos for a while, you should know this by now, but you know, I had a $2,500 position in Micron, and you know, I sold off half of those shares. I took a little loss on those shares, but I do want to focus that money into adding more of that money now into Facebook and Alibaba, because I do like those two stocks a lot more than Micron as of now, right? So that's what I'm looking at in terms of Micron, Facebook, Alibaba, APTI. And now let's look at a couple of stocks that you guys shouted out. Let's take a look right here. So we have Cold, Cara, and ALK. So let's look at ALK. First, we'll do the reverse order here. So, you know, ALK, it has a very nice pattern here. And this is one that one of my Instagram followers shouted out to me. So shout outs to you, man. If you are watching this video, thanks for the call out. So we see, you know, it was downtrending in price in terms of it getting rejected by the SMA, getting rejected by both of the SMAs and the EMA line here. And then what we noticed is that it broke above the EMA line, broke above the 50-day SMA line, as well as the 180-day SMA line. And it's pretty much been uptrending in price over the past couple of months, right? Pretty much since, you know, mid-July, it's been uptrending in price, seeing some very healthy corrections and bounces on the SMA indicators, which is what we always like to see in terms of us taking an initial position in a particular stock or an ETF as a swing trade. So what we notice now, guys, is that it pushed up to make another higher high, and now we're seeing a nice pullback in ALK. It's down about 2% today, down $1.34. So, you know, what I'm going to be watching for in particular tomorrow with ALK is if it's able to pull back down to the SMA indicator, the 50-day SMA indicator, and potentially hold above there and bounce and start to reverse, because it's done that once, twice, 3 times in the past. So it's very there's a decent chance that that will happen, you know, with ALK tomorrow. So I'm going to set an alert here, an at or below alert. I'm going to set 2 alerts on ALK, actually. I'm going to set an at or below alert at about $66.25. Is at or below $66.25. Excuse me, guys. And I'm going to set an at or above alert at about 67.5. So either way, I'm going to get alerted if this one opens up tomorrow and starts to push up, or if it opens up tomorrow, starts to push down, and breaks below this 62.20 or 66.25 alert, I will know that, it's heading towards that 50-day SMA indicator, which is what I want to, to be notified for, for tomorrow in terms of ALK. So two other stocks that we're going to talk about are Cara and Cold, and then I'll let you guys go on to your days. So let's talk about Cara. Ticker symbol CARA. So this one, guys, again, someone shouted this out to me. I think it was in the comment section down below. Thank you for shouting this stock out to me. Great call out in terms of this stock. So what we noticed is that Cara, guys, saw a huge spike up in its price over the past couple of months from about $12 all the way up to about $21. Saw the healthy pullback down to about $17, and from there it's pretty much been riding this 180-day SMA indicator. So this is a very good sign. This is acting as a support level, which is what we want to see, right? And now we notice that the stock's price shot up and it made another higher high in terms of the price here. We see it's at about $20 here. Previous high was at about $19.60, $19.50. So now what I'm going to be waiting for in terms of potentially trading ticker symbol CARA is whether or not it's going to be able to pull back and bounce on the same exact 180-day SMA indicator that it's been holding above over the past couple of weeks. So I'm going to set an alert at about $19.15 for Cara is at or below $19.15. And if it's able to break below there, guys, consolidate here and start to push back up, this one does have a nice, decent potential for profit, especially if it's able to push back up and make another higher high. So let's say from about $19 up to the previous resistance points, it has a nice 6% potential for profit in terms of ticker symbol CARA. So the next one we're going to talk about is ticker symbol KOLD. And right off the bat, guys, we notice this downwards trending channel that KOLD has been in over the past couple of months, pretty much since the middle of January in 2018. And what we see here is that the stock has been making lower highs over the past couple of months. And what we notice with the stock's price as of right now is that it's at the peak of this channel, right? So what we're going to be keeping an eye on is whether or not KOLD is able to pull back, bounce on this EMA line, bounce on this 180 SMA indicator, or potentially this 50-day SMA indicator like it did a couple of days back. And if it's able to continue the uptrending pattern and eventually break out of this downwards trending channel. And what we notice right now, guys, with KOLD is that in terms of the RSI levels, it's completely overbought. So more people are buying and buying and buying right now, pushing the stock's price up. So it might not be the best opportunity to hop into KOLD as of now. But, like I said, waiting for a pullback is pretty much, the main thing we're going to be looking for in terms of KOLD, and a bounce on this 50-day or the EMA line before, the continuous uptrend pattern. So this one is worth setting an alert for. I'm going to set an at or below alert at about $39.50 in terms of KOLD is at or below $39.50, because I really want to see whether or not this one's going to experience a pullback tomorrow, and I want to be notified if this one does so. And I'm going to add this one onto my watch list, and we're going to be keeping a very close eye on this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter if you guys want to. Both of those are linked down below in my description box, as well as the Discord group chat and the Facebook group. We have about 70 people in the Discord chat and about 62 people in the Facebook group. So make sure you guys get into those two communities, and also do your own research when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. Do not buy or sell based off of my opinion or anybody else's opinion out there, because that is not how you're going to become a self-sufficient trader over time. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a great day, great rest of your week. Have a great one. Peace.